Well, hello there, Gemini, and happy birthday. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your special birthday reading. This is the reading for the next solar year for you. So we'll take a look at the overall energies for the solar year, and then we'll take a look at each of the 4 quarters to see what you can expect as this year unfolds for you. So once again, happy birthday. We're outside today. So it's just nice being outside for a change. So I hope that the outside noise is not too much for you. So let's get into it. Let's see what we have in store for you. We're going to first start with the Soul Traveler's card and your animal spirit, seeing what we have for the overall year. We have choosing your path, all is possible, and Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's a pretty intense energy of recognizing that, we've stepped into Gemini season, and Gemini season, your energy is very much about realizing that you can change your mind at any time. Geminis are very adaptable. And so it's that energy of recognizing that the path that you are on, it's not necessarily that you're definitely stepping off of that path or going in a completely new direction, but I feel like you're making some significant change in your life. You're understanding that you may have chosen the path that you're on, but it's kind of like you're choosing to also decide to go in a new direction or to tweak it, because the Dolphin Spirit is the energy that what was true for you in the past was true for you, but what you see the world as now, or what your truth is now, is also true. So it's recognizing that the person that you were even a year ago, okay, maybe even 6 months ago, is not the person that you are today. It's almost recognizing, okay, I don't have to stick with the plan or who I thought I was, because who I was then was true, but who I am now is also true. Really interesting energy. Okay, so let's go and see what we have here. We're going to take a look at each of the 4 quarters. So we'll do June, July, and August, and then September through November, December through May, and then finally December through February, and then finally March through May. So we're going to use the Moonology cards. I'm also using the inspirational cards, and then also the Tarot. So let's see what we have on the horizon for you. Okay, I think you're making some big changes, and I think it actually comes in. It could actually come in Cancer season. So really almost like in June, I think you're taking, something is coming to an end. Wow, these all popped out, and I'm going to take them. Yes, you have healed from something. You're closing out a cycle right here at your birthday. Oh, beautiful energy. Okay, so let's first take a look at the underneath, because you have a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, and that's why I feel like you have this energy coming up very shortly, like right around your birthday time, or right as we get into the end of June. There's something here. It kind of almost like culminates the end of something that maybe you have been dealing with for some time. You kind of understand, okay, yeah, that was on my path for some time. That was my truth for some time. But it's almost as if, I feel like you already know what this is. It's kind of like, yes, I have to push myself to go in a new direction. You kind of already understand that something has kind of come to a close for you. And the hard part, I think, is giving yourself permission to go in a new direction, right? Because it's maybe a path that either you chose, or it could be a path that you were forced to go on, but you stood in your truth while you were on that path. It's almost as if the personal issue is kind of like within yourself, recognizing that this path has taken you as far as it can go. You have to make some significant shift in your life, whether that is personally, romantically, career-wise, just lifestyle-wise. There's this energy of, I have to go in a new direction because I've just come to the end of the line. Yeah, and the energy for this is gaining momentum because you know that you deserve, look, you deserve the success that you're looking for. And the path that you are on right now is not going to bring you the success that you are wanting. Now, Gemini, it doesn't mean that you're throwing everything out, or in your career, if you're thinking you want a big change or something in your career, it doesn't mean that you're completely walking away from something, but it's understanding, yes, I see this path in a new light. If nothing else, you see the path in a new light. Yeah, you're stepping into your truth. You're stepping into your independence. It's really a sense of giving yourself permission to move in a new direction, to allow yourself to stand out from the crowd. That's what this Nine of Pentacles is all about. Understanding that if you stay in the same path, it's only going to bring you heartache. It's almost like you intuitively, you know that it's time to go on in this new direction, to kind of forge your own way, to step into your truth. Whatever that is, your truth about who you are, right? Because it's all about truth. This and that are true. It's stepping into your truth of knowing, okay, where I am, what I'm doing is just not going to get me to what it is that I know that I deserve and that I truly want for myself. Now, once again, that's not about just slamming the doors on things that are going in your, are occurring in your life. It's understanding that it's perhaps, if nothing else, just a mind shift in how much time and energy you're going to give to some things in your life, and how much time and energy you're going to shift to perhaps new ways of thinking or new things that you are wanting to manifest in your life, because you have intuition and manifestation, right? Understanding that it's time to look at what you have. It's like radically accepting what you have in your life, how you got where you are, and where it is that you would like to go. Okay, so let's take a look at the first quarter. So this is June, okay, very much this Cancer energy, right? June through August. Look at this. It's time to take action, and then you have taking steps. This energy that you are making a decision, you've healed from something. It's almost as if, in fact, I'm going to clarify that. It's almost as if because you have healed from something, you're getting inspired to go in a new direction. That could be part of it. The path that you have been on has been a healing path, almost an energy of recognizing, okay, I created something as part of my healing, but now it's time to go in a new direction, to see that the healing has ended. It's almost like a situation, right, is coming to a close. A personal issue reaches a resolution. It's almost understanding that something in your life is coming to a close because you've done the healing. There's no longer any need to put time and energy towards that. But it's also understanding that it's time to go in a new direction. Yes, because we have the Queen of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Judgment card. You have the Judgment card twice here, okay? There's a big decision. It's about deciding, okay, what direction you want to go in. With this Ace of Wands, it's understanding that you want a fresh start for yourself. The Judgment card is very much that energy of rebirth, of understanding. It's time to step into your purpose. It's time to shine your light. It's time to be who it is that you have worked so hard to get to be at this time. So it's overcoming, it's healing from something, and then recognizing, okay, I've done that. I've completed that healing cycle. Now it's time to really move towards what it is that I truly want for myself. This Queen of Cups energy is also very intuitive, intuitively knowing where you need to go next, what the next decision is, the next step. Because with the Judgment card twice, it's a crossroads in your life. I feel like it's almost an energy where you could have a chance for something from the past to kind of come back. And it doesn't have to be a romantic love, although it could be, but it's almost like something comes back from the past, and it really helps you to see that that's not what you want anymore, that you have healed from it, right? So it could even be an opportunity to return to a career that you had at one time, or to go back to school, or a relationship. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like all of a sudden you realize, no, I've finished out that cycle. And you may be kind of trying to understand, have I truly finished out that cycle? Is that cycle really over for me? Yes. And it is. What you're understanding, yes, I want to go in a new direction. This no longer is on my path. I'm choosing a new path. I'm choosing to go in a new direction. Yes. So we have the Emperor, the Lovers, and the Nine of Cups. Standing in your power, there's your Lover's energy. That's you, Gemini, right? That energy of choosing what your heart truly desires, of understanding, okay, I'm stepping back into my power. I'm not allowing my power to be given to anybody else. That could be part of this crossroads, is understanding that you have the power to create the life that you really want for yourself. It could be that you have spent some time trying to heal from something in the past, really working on that, trying to create a life that really represents you. And now all of a sudden you recognize that the life that you have right now is representative of the life you were trying to create for yourself during the healing process. And now that the healing is over, it's kind of like, okay, I don't need this path anymore. I can go in a new direction. Almost kind of like rebuilding yourself again. Gemini, rebuilding yourself again. And you are the twins. So you have this and that are true. Understanding that this new venture, this new journey, this new path that you are choosing is truly true, is your truth at this time. Wow, powerful energy. Okay, so let's see where this goes, because I feel like between now and August, you're making a radical change somehow in at least one area of your life. If nothing else, your mindset about that area of your life. And you're making a big decision. For some of you, it could, because we have the travel card. Some of you could be thinking about actually moving, physically moving. But there is this energy of deciding for yourself where it is that you want to go next in your life. Almost like paring back what you have in your life so that you can start again in a new direction. Wow, really powerful. Okay, so let's see what September through November has for you. Look at the bigger picture. And then you have the Knight of Swords and letting go. You're finally letting go of this mindset that maybe has kept you stuck for some time and being determined to go forward. So I think over the next 3 months, you're looking at your life, you're kind of making decisions about how you want to tweak it, or what new path you may want to bring on to, or to step onto. And then suddenly in September through November, you're making radical changes in your life. There are things that you realize that you have to let go of, right? In order to open new doors, there are doors that you have to close. And in the fall here in the Northern Hemisphere, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not around like the fall equinox. Stepping into that energy of, I have to close some doors so that I can open new doors. And it could be that maybe between now and then, you're trying to decide what doors to close, what doors you would like to have opened. Just almost that Aquarian energy of allowing yourself to daydream for what it is that you want into your life, and then stepping into that. Yeah, because I feel there's something here. You have the Justice card. That's the Libra energy. That's also in this time period, September and October. But there's this sense that you are wanting to move forward from something that it could be a legal situation, a financial settlement. It could be even a divorce, an ending of, a business partnership or something like that. Understanding that you want to go forward because this situation can only bring you more pain or heartache, a sense of feeling lack. It could be that even in September through November, you come into a time period where you feel like you don't have enough or you aren't enough. So you may feel like you don't have enough resources or enough love or joy or happiness. Sometimes we have to get to that point where we want to make changes because we are not feeling like we have enough in our life. Sometimes we have to be pushed into that energy, right, of feeling like, okay, I have to make choices. I have to make changes in order to bring more happiness, joy, abundance, love into my life. And I feel like between September and November, you're really stepping into that energy of recognizing, okay, I have to look at the bigger picture. Where is this path leading me? What are the choices that I am making? Where are they leading me? In a lot of ways, I feel like you're shifting your mindset so much that you're even questioning yourself. You're almost like questioning, like, how could I believe one thing a year ago and something totally different this year, right? It's understanding that that was a part of who you were in the past, and now you've stepped into a new way of seeing the world. Because you're on the other side of a healing phase. And once you hit the other side of the healing phase, you step into this energy of recognizing that you're not trying to heal. You're trying to now step into an energy of creating new. And that's the only way I can kind of explain the energy here of understanding, oh my goodness. And at this time, you may not even recognize that you're still kind of like finishing out this healing. You could be finished with the healing, but you're kind of like, if you feel like you're in between worlds, that would be one of the reasons, right? If you feel a little bit kind of lost, kind of like wondering, what's the next step? Where am I going? What's the next chapter? What's the next phase? Just feeling like, okay, I've gotten to this point, but now what? Well, I think the reason is because you're having this internal shift within you about what is important to you. And it's so different than what you believed before. You're almost like with the judgment card and the justice card, it's almost as if you are kind of reviewing your own mindset about what you believe. You could be even kind of like reviewing and thinking, I've changed a lot. Like the way that I see the world today, or the way I see my relationships or my work or my career is so different. So it's kind of like it could be almost a little overwhelming. But it's because you're trying to figure out what is really true for you. It's a process. It's not like you can sit down and and immediately figure out what is true for you. Your truth, what you feel is true for you, and we all have our own truths, is changing so much at this time that's part of the reason why, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that is part of it, is because you are still coming into what is true for you. Okay, so let's see where this leads. December to February of 2024. Yeah, look at this. Confidence is your key to success. You have the star card, stepping into the spotlight, stepping into this sense of being healed, and now stepping into an energy of healing others, and then traveling. For some of you, I feel like you could be moving. You could be moving closer to kind of like other people that understand you, that get you. If you're kind of in an energy right now where you feel like the people in your life don't understand you, or don't get you, or don't understand your journey, the path that you are on, right? Don't understand your truth, are wondering why you're changing your mind, right? It's almost like you have to go through that so that you can understand what is really true. You have to recognize that when we have people in our life that are kind of like judging what we are doing, right? Or kind of asking us, why do you believe the way that you do? It is to further help us to ask ourselves those questions, to kind of go down deeper into what it is that we truly believe, so that we can then step into this energy of truly shining our light And I feel like some of you are seeking out, perhaps even moving closer to areas where you feel like people will understand the way that you believe, or are kind of almost like comrades in what you think is true for you, especially as you move into this new phase. Really interesting because it's, I think maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, you had that in your readings a lot, looking for a soul tribe, right? And I feel like now you are truly seeking out that soul tribe, recognizing that it's time to go in a new direction. Because there is something about understanding that when you step into your light, right? When you step into your light, that you will attract other people that see your light. And I think some of you are doing that, especially if you're starting some type of a spiritual business or online community or online business, something like that. You're attracting in people that are seeking what you have to offer. For others of you, I feel like you are choosing to move closer to communities that kind of have other like-minded people, or seeking out. Okay, literally seeking out, not no longer just allowing those people to find you. Thank you. You are actively seeking out these people. Yeah, because you're trying to bring balance. And for some of you, this is monetary. Look, all those pentacles, right? Trying to bring more balance into your life, putting time and energy into this. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles. It's a sense of wanting to balance out your spiritual side and the 3D side, the practical side. So I think for a lot of you, you could be starting like a spiritual business, or if you're in a spiritual business, it's really taking off because you're understanding. You kind of get now, I think by like December or the beginning of the new year, you're really understanding the balance because you have this Libra energy. It's like you're making decisions to bring this spiritual balance, spiritual and practical balance into your life. Understanding ways that work for you. And Gemini, this is something that works for everybody. The same recipe doesn't work for everybody. So it's stepping into this energy of recognizing how you can balance out your spiritual life and your practical life. For some of you, it could mean moving to communities that are more spiritually aligned to the way that you want to live. And for others of you, it could be helping other people on their path to find this balance. Because this is truly spiritual, right? Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes coming true, but from a sense of being able to manifest it, right? From a spiritual sense, but bringing it into reality, bringing it into the practical reality of your life. Understanding that you are manifesting the life that you are truly wanting. But I feel like you understand too, along the first 6 months of this solar year, that you have to change the direction, either your daily routines or your daily practices or the people that you are surrounding yourself with, right? Understanding, oh, wait a minute. The truth is that if I stay on this path, I can't find this balance in spirituality and practicality. You may have with this and that are true, right? You may have days where you're very balanced in the practical sense, right? The 3D sense of life. And then other days where you're very balanced in your spiritual life, but you're having a hard time finding a balance between the two of them. Living your spiritual sense in the 3D world, and understanding that both the practical side of life and the spiritual side of life are true. It's finding that balance so that you can kind of step into who you truly are, being your authentic self, bringing your love, your light, shining your purpose, because the Judgment card is about your purpose. Understanding that, I feel like you're stepping into knowing truly what your purpose is and shining your light very quickly within the next 6 months. It's almost like a whirlwind of a journey for you, because once I think you choose that this is what you want, this balance, and that you're willing to to put the work into it, right? The Seven of Pentacles is putting the time and energy into finding this balance for yourself and bringing in the financial stability that you are seeking, while also being in a sense of your spiritual self. Once again, having a business that is spiritually based, or living a life that you can still live that spiritual side of you. Wow. I mean, it's really pretty incredible. So let's take a look at March through May. This is of 2024. Yeah, surrender to the divine, the full moon. It's almost as if in this year you're almost coming full circle, literally full circle, of stepping into this energy of understanding that the balance, finding this balance, is part of being this independent self, of going on to this new journey of finding this balance, and then perhaps helping other people to find this balance in their life. Like understanding that maybe you had to heal something either spiritually within yourself or in the 3D. So it could be even healing something physically within your body, or in your physical financial status or something. You've done that healing, and now because you did the healing in that one area, you can find this balance in both your practical and spiritual self. And then look at this, the 10 of Wands and the Joy is Fun, right? Being able to put down the burdens. Putting down the burdens, it's almost the burden of trying to decide, am I going to live spiritually or practically? Because I think that is one of the things that you have toyed with. Which one is more important? How do I have this balance? How can I even create this balance? Is that balance even possible? It's stepping into this energy of, okay, I think part of it is there are people in your life that don't resonate with what it is that you're trying to do. You're dropping that. You're like, I'm good on my own. I'll go in this direction. And then look, we have the Moon card. This is part of your path that has been hidden from you. It's almost like the veil is being lifted. Okay, once you allow yourself to drop the fears of just surrendering, because this says surrender to the divine, right? Surrendering to the journey and knowing, oh my gosh, look at this. You have the Emperor stepping into your power, building a business if you're, thinking that, or financial security for yourself. This is very much 3D, the top of the 3D ladder, right? And then the Hierophant, the top of the spiritual ladder. Like you are balancing these. You have the Two of Cups. You're balancing out the energy of the Emperor and the Hierophant. And this is taking you into a new world where I feel like for those of you that are seeking romantic love, you are also finding a spiritual counterpart that also has been able to master this. Okay, or the fact that the two of you together are helping each other to master this balance between the spiritual and the practical. That is like amazing, isn't it? With the Emperor and the Hierophant there. Like literally the top of the practical, the tangible, and the top of the spiritual, bringing these together, understanding that they can be entwined. If you look, this Two of Cups, right? Look at the vines there, or the stems of the flowers. They're intertwined. Understanding that you are going to almost like master this balance between the spiritual and the practical over this next year. And I think for some of you, you may become either coaches or somehow help other people to also find this balance, to understand that you can have both. I mean, we live in reality, right? We live in the 3D world, but a lot of people shy away from their spiritual side because then it kind of seems to counteract the practical side. Or if you jump into the practical side, well, I can't really then be spiritual. You are recognizing, you are becoming a master of both. You are understanding how you can step into this new world of intertwining the spiritual and the practical. Wow. Really powerful energy here. So let's see what we have here. The Star, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Four of Wands. Yeah. Celebrating. Knowing that you are the star, that you are a healer for others, and being able to build, Queen of Pentacles, taking good care of yourself financially, of your family, of being grounded, once again, being up a star in the sky and then grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is extremely grounded, right? And then you have the Four of Wands celebrating. This is also twin flame. This is wedding. This is celebrations. The Four of Wands is saying, it's almost like, yes, I've conquered something. I've overcome something. I've mastered this energy of being able to intertwine that spiritual and practical sides of yourself. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card for you to finish this out and get some final advice. And Gemini, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, so let's see what we have here. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you feel your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Yeah, lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. Okay, so I'm going to put that Gemini, so you can take a snapshot if you want to. That is exactly this energy of lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. That's exactly what you are doing here. These first 6 months of the year, especially, I think, during Cancer season, maybe around your birthday, you're really stepping into, what do I really value? What is really true for me? It may not be the same thing that was true for you 6 months or even a year from a year ago, but you're balancing that out. You're understanding, I have to make some changes in my life so that I can bring in this balance between the spiritual, the practical, to realign your life, okay, with what you value and what you know is to be true for you. And once again, that I'm looking for that Nine of Pentacles energy. Yeah, stepping into this, knowing, I feel like for a lot of you, you're stepping into really surrendering to a new journey of finding your independence and knowing that when you kind of master the spiritual, practical side, there is true love for you on the other side. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I really do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope you have a very happy birthday, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.